Hi, this is Bruce Kulick, and you're listening to the awesome Z-Man on Q97.
Lake Cumberland's rock classic variety, Q97. I'm the Z-Man, and as promised on the phone, we have with us Bruce Kulick. How's it going, Bruce?
Great. Everything's cool.
Oh, man, we're so looking forward to the new third solo release from you, BK3. It's coming out February 2nd. And tell us, first of all, how long have you been working on this project?
Well, this one, I did spend a lot of time for many reasons. First of all, I've been playing guitar with Grand Funk Railroad for the past, this is my 10th year now, actually.
Wow.
And they take up about a third of my year, but I get involved with other things, the Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. I'll do sessions sometimes, and sometimes I'm touring and doing events that carry my name.
Right.
And I'll go to Australia, South America, Japan, et cetera. I work with Eric Singer sometimes. But, this third record, I know, as you said before, it's the third one.
Right.
This is the first one that I've really wanted. First of all, I wound up with all these amazing special guests, which I'll get into in a moment.
Okay.
But this is the first record that I'm not approaching as selling it out of the trunk of my car, basically.
Right.
Meaning it's going to have, I have an actual label supporting it with proper distribution, meaning your Best Buys and Walmarts will be carrying it. It will be full up on iTunes and Amazon.com, and of course still from my website as well. But I spared no expense in making this the best record I could. Once I got involved with this producer friend of mine, Jeremy, our commitment was no compromise and just make this great, and which meant it cost a lot more and it took a lot more time.
That's right. You got to spend it to make it, right?
Yeah, I mean, not all of it was just because we weren't good enough. We wanted better, and you use better studios, you use better engineers, and et cetera, et cetera. Things will cost more, but it's worth it.
Right.
Ultimately, still you got to have great songs. It doesn't matter how much you spend in the studio. And we took a lot of time getting the right combination of tunes together, and then being wise enough to, and bold enough to reach out. I didn't, if you said to me 4 years ago, could you imagine, Gene will be on your next solo record, or Nick Simmons or Steve Lukather. Right. I would tell you, you're nuts, So, Eric Singer was very, helpful in saying, ask Gene, and Gene said yes, and I didn't know Gene would offer up his son Nick, who here in America people know him. I'm not so sure everybody knows him overseas, but it doesn't matter. Nick was, did an amazing job, and it's like a nice fresh kind of, voice and face to add to the
mix.
The Kiss. Let's say, to this whole Kiss family.
Yeah.
Which is
dysfunctional as it may be at times.
yes, exactly. But he just did a terrific job, and then I wouldn't have thought that I'd be jamming with Steve Lukather on a track on my record with this amazing rhythm section, Kenny Aronoff and Jimmy Haslip. So Doug Feiger, the guy from the Knack, my owner, he came in and sang a really, really strong power pop tune called "Dirty Girl." Obviously having John Corabi make an appearance is easy because we have such a good chemistry and relationship from the
Union days
and all. But I think we got the best of John, and that track is very, very powerful. I just love everyone's performances, and I got all these great special guests. So this is quite a different record from anything I've done before. Yeah, the
samples, invite everyone on to kulick.net. The samples you've got up are just phenomenal. It's a really good sounding, not only just, the songs, but the tone. I've had so many people talk about, it's like Bruce came alive on Revenge. I don't know what the producer did, what compression, what the trick was on Revenge. If you could recapture the tone of that, and from the samples that I'm hearing so far, it's sounding a lot like that.
Well, thanks. Certainly, you make a good, kind of comparison in the sense that was Jeremy and I's goal. There's no mistake that Revenge, which was a very, very ambitious effort with Bob Ezrin as the producer, and he's just one of the best in the business, period, between Alice Cooper and Pink Floyd and Peter Gabriel and, of course, Kiss. The guy's brilliant. And I never seen anybody work like that.
Right.
Jeremy has a connection to him, and Jeremy's approach was similar, whether or not Jeremy's aware of that. I mean, technically speaking, he is related to him.
Right.
I will admit that. But the point is, it was easier, even more easy for him, or more natural for him to say, you know what?